Hi guys, it's me, Alex, and of course, our dispatch training center. And today we're gonna do the short live because we received so many phone calls about what's going on with that subscription, why they actually not letting me subscribe. I had subscription, but now they cancel. I am calling and they are actually not really want to approve me as independent dispatcher. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to join us. Hopefully, ask some questions. Of course, on TikTok, we're just training from the phone, and later we're going to cut from YouTube and post as a clips. So ask the questions. And one more time, we will be talking about today what is a load board, why we are fighting the fraud nowadays, scams in the trucking, and why that step up and make sure that we are getting rid of the bad players. I'll be back in a second and we're gonna continue. Well, if you are independent dispatcher, if you are company dispatcher, if you are owner operator or the person who actually is dealing with loading, unloading, connecting loads, finding the loads, well, you all know the meaning of what? Of load board. Well, for some new people who actually not sure what load board is, let's pretend that this is kind of a market space, right? Who is meeting on that market space? Well, carriers, we are actually posting our available trucks, our capacity. Let's say today I have Reefer, which has 53 feet trailer, and he's gonna be available somewhere in Minneapolis, right? So I can go to the load board, and load board is a software, right? We have different ones, but we are talking about kind of the biggest one. And this is a DAT and, of course, truck stop. We have 1, 2, 3. We have Selectus. And every broker nowadays has their internal load boards. But we're not talking about that for another 5 minutes. So let's go back. I have equipment. So I want to advertise my equipment. Instead of me going and getting the big sign in Michael's or Target and going in a corner of maybe on a highway saying, "Here, guys, I have the truck available in Minneapolis." Well, I am simply logging in to load board. Doesn't matter what I use. Let's say me as a pro, I use all of them. I use truck stop, I use that select, I use all internal load boards for each broker: TQL, Coyote, Convoy, RXO, whatever you guys using. So I am posting my equipment, right? Well, I am telling all the brokers that I have truck available with certain descriptions. What kind of trailer it is, when is it available? Of course, I am choosing what? The date, the time, the dimensions, and I can put the comments. For example, do not bother me with multi-pick, multi-stop, right? Wow, that would be me. That says it dispatcher, right? Or let's say my truck is early truck, empty night before, or do not call me with nonsense, I'm not gonna take the cheap freight. Well, there's another sassy dispatch, right? But probably not in this market, because unfortunately market is low. And let's admit, we are all kissing brokers little butts nowadays, right? You don't even have time to negotiate because they simply hang up on you. But let's go back to this kind of understanding of load board. So you as a dispatcher, as a company dispatcher, as independent dispatcher, as owner operator, as the maybe owner of the trucking company or the dispatch service, you posting your equipment with the only one thing in mind, that you gonna receive the phone calls from brokers Because they have the second part of this process. They have freight, they have loads, right? So we have capacity of equipment, brokers have capacity of freight. And we kind of looking to do the same for general public, for customers, for people who make money on those commodities. We as a trucking company are looking to move the freight, physically go with our truck, put it on our truck, close our door, and move from A to B. Hopefully, not for free, although today it feels like we are doing it for free, right? Cheap freight. Well, reality of the trucking. And brokers are finding the capacity of equipment to fulfill their customer needs. Let's say they have customer who needs to bring stuff to their distribution center. They have a customer who makes auto parts. They have a customers who grows watermelons. They deal with the freight forwarders who bring stuff from other countries, right? Import, export is involved. So we are all in the same circle, which is called logistics. You know who is the smartest part in all the circle? Well, people who are servicing this industry with innovative tools. So, load board, this is a software which actually lets two parties meet fast, easily, and of course, they're making money on it. So, in this case, we're talking about DAT One. Well, DAT added an option a few years ago that if you are independent dispatcher, you were able to sign up for the load board without being a carrier, without having an active MC. And it was actually pretty good because good dispatchers, we don't really want to work for the company, just one company. We want to run our own business, right? Because you can do better job, you can charge more for what you're doing, and actually you can actually dispatch two, three, four, five different carriers inside of your home. Isn't it a big American dream? Special when the COVID happened. We all realized, well, how I can still make money, be my own boss, and have a decent living, right? Those dollars just flying all over your room, right? Well, this is trucking. Trucking is a huge industry. So, as a part of the trucking industry, you can make money as a dispatcher for sure. Doesn't matter what market is doing. If it's a down, if it's high, it's just a matter of how hard you have to work, how easy it is going to be to connect, but you making money no matter what. So here's an answer for some skeptical people. While market is down, I cannot become dispatcher nowadays because nobody needs me. Well, unfortunately, it works opposite. When market is down, those carriers, they really need a good dispatcher because when market is up, they used to just pick up the phone, make a 2-second conversation with TQL Coyote or RXO or any of those brokers, and they would book the load. Or actually, they did not even have to do that. The moment they would post the truck, brokers were begging them for the truck. So it seemed like everyone was negotiating the golden loads, right? Didn't you feel powerful while booking the loads in an easy market? Wow, you felt like a king of negotiations. And what's happening now? Well, now you're not a king. Now you're not a queen if you do not have a knowledge. Now, actually, if you did not learn the strong basics of logistics, how to build relationships, how to connect, how to count operational cost, how to pre-plan, how to build a relationship with a driver, well, you kind of quitting, right? You are going out of being a dispatcher. You actually closing the door for your small trucking company and you saying, well, trucking sucks. And I can tell you this, it really, truly does on everyday basics. It doesn't matter good market or bad, trucking industry, it's a totally different animal. But let's go back. This week, I personally received probably 35 emails. I receive phone calls from outside of the country. I receive phone calls from Moldova. I receive phone calls from Uzbekistan. I receive phone calls from Serbia. I receive phone calls from Colombia saying, Alex, they cancel my subscription. I cannot use load board anymore. Well, what's happening, guys? Well, actually, Dad decided that we're gonna start fighting fraud together. So, first, let's update on a new promo. Remember, if you were using our affiliate link or anybody who is in a trucking industry and they had connection with that, you could use their link and you would receive 30 days free. Remember that? So now this is change. Now, actually, you are receiving, if you use this code, well, you're receiving 10% for the 12 months. And it sounds fair, right? Most of you are still like, yes, I am willing to do this. I don't even want discount. I just want to be able to sign up for the load board as independent dispatcher. Well, here's the trick. You still can do that, but something is changing. First, you guys have links, for example, on our YouTube, on our website, under this video. If you are independent dispatcher, you cannot just click. First, write down this phone number. So first, you will need to make sure that you call them, right? You need to call and you need to actually tell where's this link coming from. So if you guys using our link, which is this number, well, you need to make sure that you call in with affiliated link from Dispatch Training Center. Before you call, you need to make sure that you already have company registered in the USA. And again, we're not discussing what you decide to open. C Corporation, S Corporation, LLC, but it has to be registered. You should have some kind of social presence on at least one of the platform, right? Because if you are really gonna be independent dispatcher or you are really looking for carriers, well, you cannot just be unknown person, right? So when you create that account, make sure you have your real picture, right? You don't have to connect to your personal page. Make a business page, make a Instagram business account, make a business TikTok, whatever, just to prove that you are serious, right? Don't use the fake names. Do not tell that you are Matt Damon. Oh, maybe, I don't know, Brad Pitt. Please, it's not gonna help you. This is the first thing. Secondary, if you are working outside of the country, well, that VPNs are gonna be important because it's gonna block you automatically. But the most crucial thing is that before you're gonna get approved now, you will need to tell them the carrier MC, and the carrier should have an active MC number. Guys, an active MC number, this is a number approved by FMCSA, Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, that has BOC3 on file and active insurance with 750,000 primary liability. Because most of you thinking, wow, I am going to be smarter than this, right? I am gonna invest the $300. I am gonna go to FMCSA. I am gonna click that I am applying for MC. I'm gonna receive that MC within 24 hours. And then I'm gonna call that and tell them, well, I have MC number. Guys, this is just a number. Do not waste your $300. It's not gonna help you. One more time, you will need to prove to them who are you going to dispatch. They will verify with that carrier. Let's say you're gonna dispatch my company, Alex Transportation MC 55555. Well, you will need to give them my information. You will need to make sure that they contact me. It's gonna take them few days. After they're gonna vet this information, they will approve you. If they cannot reach out that carrier, if that carrier is gonna say, well, I don't know who it is. Yes, I am Alex Transportation. Who is this Mike guy? Who is this Stephanie? I don't know. What is this, the best dispatch service? No, they never reach out to me. So unfortunately, they're gonna mark you in the system already as a scammer. And then you're gonna come up with a new idea next time. Then you're gonna call them 2 days later that you have another carrier. But guys, you already will be marking their system like a person who were giving the fraudulent information. And what are we trying to do? Look at this. We are trying to fight against the fraud. So let me have a sip of the water, because you know what? I get excited when I talk about all these things going on in trucking. Well, that's probably you like me or dislike me, right? I'll be right back. So I'm back. And look what is that telling us. Let's just read. Well, of course, they are leader in software for load boards. And they've decided that, you know what? We are tired of all these scams. We are tired of all these complaints from both sides, carriers, brokers. So we should look into this because this is our product. We actually telling everybody, when you sign up for our load board, we are wedding carriers, we are wedding brokers, the shippers, we are double checking on insurance requirements, we are doing all of this 100%. So that's why their fraud prevention department, their software engineers, they did certain measures. Why? Well, because they just want to make sure that they actually monitoring more closely, right? They need to make sure that first they change the passwords, right? So now when you log in, you will get verification code on your phone. You can save that for 30 days. 30 days later, again, if you log in from different device or even the same device, you will receive verification code on the phone number which associated with that account, right? You'd better make sure you can verify that. So one of the steps, which of course for me personally, I receive so many text messages with all the websites I'm using that it's kind of annoying, but I understand. It's okay. Usually have my phone anyway handy. So here you go. Well, that's first step. Secondary, they need to make sure that they're going to be blocking. Look at this access from numerous foreign countries. Wow, they are not specifying, right? But I don't think I don't know how many countries we have, 198. I think we have 198, something around that, 196, 98. Sometimes, those numbers switch, and depends if some countries are still independent, not, right? We're not going to go into politics, but certain countries. Well, guys, you want me to be direct which ones? Or you already can guess, right? You can put in the comments, what do you think? Which countries are actually getting blocked right there? Well, and I'm not going to be the one who is putting the stigma on certain countries, but you guys know that. Okay. Then making sure that they are going through procedures and policies, again, verifying the carrier dispatch agreement, making sure that all this data matches, making sure that your names are real, right? Again, I go to my favorite Brad Pitt and Matt Damon and John Smith, who does not sound like John Smith somewhere from Oceanaria, right? Well, and then of course, if they already caught you, you can call million times. You still have the same tax ID, you still have the same company. Well, what are you guys gonna start trying to do? You're gonna start opening the new companies. And now they even gonna pay attention. Where's those companies? Are they open in Wyoming? Are they open in Delaware? Because remember, those are states where anybody can open company being outside of USA. It takes you a few $100 and here you go, you already own the company in USA. So they even paying attention to that, right? Secondary, they're telling you, well, they're really, really improving the way the carrier watch is gonna work, the DAT directory. So they are taking complaints seriously. So if you guys know that you were a scam, if you know that it was double broker load, you can go, you can file complaint. They will investigate if this load was booked from the DAT. Same with the carriers, right? If the carriers posting and then booking 10 loads and it's actually double brokering because they're giving those loads for people, maybe because their Amazon account got closed, or because their safety is not good, or because they don't have that inspection and that's why they cannot book the load. So a lot of things actually changing, while they're making sure that they are doing multiple factor authorization. They are gonna do the regular testing. They are gonna actually look at this. They are going in FBI partnership. Well, now we have the FBI in front because scams have to stop on all the levels. That's why we're suffering so much in trucking nowadays, because scams are on all the levels, right? So, and three most common scams, you guys can actually, I will send this link to you right here, right now. Copy. I'm going to put in a comment. Please go and read right here after the live. Go and read all of this. So we are working against double brokering, right? We are making sure that we are getting rid of the bad players, which we can claim on both sides, carriers and brokers, right? They are improving their that directory. What else they're doing? Well, they're making sure that Carrier Watch and TIA Watchdog are actually going into more details to see how they can cross-reference all the names, phone numbers, emails. So they are doing that. I mean, the best part, I like the FBI involvement, Wow, I cannot wait for FBI to start cracking on some scams, but I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen. Wow, this is number two, identity theft, right? Because you have people who pretend to be dispatch services. They call you guys, send them information, you give them all your W9. My little truck fell down. Oh, okay, now I don't have a truck. Your information, your proof of MC, your bank accounts. Some of you even give them social securities, and that what's happening. They're using your information, your company information, to book the loads, right? So they are telling you how to protect yourselves, and of course all other things that they are telling us that they are improving. Guys, please go and read all this, right? And they are giving you some advices, right? You need to make sure that you are report and delete request for personal information, right? Because that will never call, email, or text individuals. See? Remember, that will not call. They will actually email you, right? Or your account will be blocked and you will need to call their department and see what's going on. So here, do not download the files that you do not know, because any official communication from that will come only email which associated with that account. Some scams might attempt to disguise the addresses. Remember, like let's say what do we have? That power that, how does it look? Okay, let's look at this. Okay, power that, well, they're gonna show that it's power dot that, maybe two t's, right? So pay attention to this. Also, they want to make sure that you be on the lookout of any suspicious hyperlinks, right? They want you to report immediately all the fraudulent communication, right? Please do not use complex passphrases. The longer the password, the more difficult it is to. So they are telling you, please start changing your passwords, maybe faster, right? And don't use ones which is easy to guess. But of course, come on. Nowadays, people can break into bank system and security systems of all the countries. I don't think that break into the load board, it's a big thing for some of our super minds, right? Not a big deal. They're just not interested, not much they can actually get out of this, right? Well, do not share your right passwords, set a lock out on your unsuccessful login, secure your devices, and all of this. Make sure you utilize fireworks and turn on email filters and avoid using personal devices. Well, all of this, right? Then they explaining to you all the types of cargo fraud, cargo theft, fuel advance, driver in need scam, right? All the repair cost, load, held for payment, not payment, and all of this stuff, right? Truck order not used. So please make sure you guys read. You are in this industry, you using their load boards. Please become a part of this industry on learning curve. You should be signing up for all the newsletters, for all the new updates, for truck stop, for that, for everybody else. Well, we are actually, I don't know if you have any questions, I will answer. Let's see who is here. But one more time to make it clear, to sign up for load board as independent dispatcher starting as of last week, not only, well, you can use our code. The promo now is different. You will receive 10% of 12 months, which is kind of gives you a little bit even better savings than 1 month free. Secondary, you will need to make sure that future carrier can prove the information that you will be the one. Don't just go on a safer and pick up any MC and pretend that you're going to be dispatching them, because then it's going to be over. Do not call me and cry from other countries and say, please, can you help us out? No, because if you're really dispatching carriers, then you should not have problem verifying the carriers, right? Because if you are really dispatching and you're really providing dispatch service, you should have no problem. Secondary, you always have an option. Your carrier has no problem to sign up for the load board if he has an active MC, he does not have bad reports, his safety in a good standing, and his MC is active, right? With proof of insurance and BOC3. The motor carrier has no problem signing up for the load boards if he meets the criteria. So again, even if you're an independent dispatcher, your future carrier is gonna add you and give you login to load board. So this is not the end of the world. And if you ask me, I do believe that independent dispatchers should not have access whatsoever. That's why Truck Stop took it a few years ago, because it was too many scams going on, too many complaints. That, of course, took it over to make money. But the biggest problem was they were giving that 1 month free. Although I am affiliated with them and I love that because it was helping some students. But again, too many people were signing up just to see what it is because it was free, right? Too many people were trying to go for 3 months from me, from Trucking Guru, from another guy, from that guy, from this girl. So they were thinking, well, I'm going to sign up every time, although did not happen. And then they just gave enough validation for that to say, well, listen, if you cannot afford to pay for the load board for, let's say, 5 months, 6 months, well, you're not that serious about actually even being a dispatcher or freight dispatcher. So that's why, me personally, as much as I feel for my students, but first you need to find a carrier, and carrier will provide the load board for you, or you will get if you actually know what you're doing. To learn how to use load board, it does not take months, it does not take years, it takes 2-3 days. Actually, they have the great updated system for free. You guys can go and rewatch the videos on YouTube for Truck Stop, for that. In my classes, we seeing that on everyday class, posting, deleting, what to do. So, I mean, some people say, well, I need to practice. Well, not really. It's going to take you 2-3 days to actually just get faster. It's not really hard software to manage. It's only a few things, and they're repeating themselves over and over. What is the origin? Where you want to go? What type of equipment? Here's your comments. And there is the tools, right? But of course, I understand some of you, because if we were talking about how to prepare yourself, it was very beneficial, right? It was actually very good to be able to do what? To learn about all of these things, right? So it was nice to be able to go through tools, right? And we were talking about lane makers, we were talking about market conditions, we were talking about quick research, thread lines, that directory, all of this, carrier watch, that one. Well, one more time, you guys have a lot of gurus in trucking who are showing you this. You can watch on our YouTube, right? So you can manage, right? If you guys look at some of those tools, this is very, very easy to find. Actually, you know what? I need to make it smaller so you can see, right? Okay, so there's our tools, our market conditions, right? All of this positive and actually informative tools so you can become that pro dispatcher. One more time, I'm not here to advertise the DAT right now. I am telling you, you need one pro load board to succeed as a future dispatcher. If you are facing right now cancellation, while your carrier can go and get the load board, or you have to go and verify the information. So there you go. What else we have? Hi. Hello. What else? I like the graphics. Okay, changing tracking for the better. Well, here's the links, right? Thank you for the video. Any questions? Hello, will you have another beginners class? Well, we don't really have beginners class. We have our dispatch training, which is for beginners or for people who like to improve their dispatching skills. So that's what we have. And our class is coming up. So if you guys look at the schedule, we are starting the next class in October, right here, October 28th. Our IFTA is on this Sunday, guys. So make sure for IFTA, if you are looking to still sign up for IFTA, please use code IFTA50, and it's going to be this Sunday. And IFTA, we guys actually learning a lot of things, right? Let me refresh you. So that's what's going on in IFTA. Let's hear some good music for a little. Actually, I'm already dancing. That was a good music. I'm getting ready to go play some tennis in a little bit. And actually, I have to be done in 5 minutes. So IFTA on Sunday, We are actually already in our trucking safety and compliance class, but for some of you who wants to take IFTA, make sure if you are previous student, you actually saving $100. Email me. It's not too late to add you. It's on Sunday, 12 p.m. Central Time, 4 hours, and we're gonna go through all the permits and how to file IFTA. If you are looking for that dispatch, make sure you use that fan 100, which was given for our TikTokers, because TikTokers actually have been more active than our YouTubers. So I gave them the code, but of course, anybody can use it. If you put fan 100, you're going to save $100. And of course, like, comment and ask questions. How to open webinar, it's gonna be November 5th. And then we have express dispatch class in December. And of course, next IFTA is already posted for January. We're gonna be adding few different webinars. If you guys still want to click and get the savings for promo code for that select and that standard, remember, you can only do this with active MC if you are carrier. If you are not carrier, write down this number one more time. You do need to make sure that, sorry guys, that sun is strong, that you call and they will verify information. Well, we are done for today, guys. Any questions? Let's see. Any questions? I am good. Yes. Yes. Go to the music party. Okay. Sabine Design, do you sign contract with dad? Well, if they going to approve you, you can go months to months, but that promotion, so they give you 10% off for first 12 months. But yes, you sign the agreement, but it's not like you have to sign it for the year, for two. It's months to months. You can cancel, and usually it's 30-day notice. So you just call them. They still gonna bill you 1 month. The hardest part it is right now to be approved if you are independent dispatcher, because you need to have valid carrier, right? Hello, Mr. Lincoln. How are you? I am great. I feel better because I had sudden COVID, so kind of knocked me out last week, but I am back to normal. Even had a chance to change my hair yesterday. Look at this. Now I will be in a chocolatey mood. The fall is coming, right? Well, don't be afraid to change anything. If you want to change the color, go change it. If you want to change career, go do it. Do whatever makes you happy. One more time. Hello, Alex. How long will we have to use promo code? I don't have my independent dispatch. It's still been same promo code for the last year, and we are still partner with them. So it's actually going to last. Again, one more time. As long as you have carrier, when you call them and they verify, they will give you that discount. Okay. Any other questions? I guess not. For my students, I'll see you tomorrow and we're going to talk about operational cost. For my TikTokers, we're going to cut this and post in the shorter clips on TikTok. For our Instagrammers, I guess you guys going to get it from TikTok. I am telling you, it just feels like I have all these jobs, right? On YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram. And hopefully you guys enjoy the fall. Hopefully you're getting ready for Halloween, right? And Thanksgiving coming up and Christmas. And hopefully everybody is healthy and safe on the road. And learning is a key to any success. Well, make sure you improve your skills. Make sure you learn what does it take to be a good negotiator, right? Make sure that you know how to count operational cost. Make sure you build that healthy, friendly relationship between you and your driver. Make sure you know how to use load boards and kind of sort the nonsense right away. And of course, share the positive vibes only. Do not put people down. We all have been new to this at some point. So make sure that you share the good information. Look at this. Oh my God, we have our new member. Wow. Thank you, Jennifer. So she just become a member. And you guys remember, you can actually help us to promote our YouTube, and we do give the free education. And of course, we always spoil our members. Still looking for the Joshua Stone. Joshua, you still have that free class for safety. Please contact me, email me, because now you already miss the safety. Maybe at least you can get into IFTA on this Sunday. So please, you are our actually golden member. You've been supporting, and remember, you were awarded the free class by our member Marina. But thank you, Jennifer, supporting our mission. We appreciate that. We strive to share the knowledge. We making sure that we are promoting better trucking on all the levels, getting rid of the scammers, making sure that knowledge is a key for every future pro dispatchers, right? And most of you who are coming to my classes, most of you who are watching me, you don't want to be that desperate dispatcher. You want to be a pro dispatcher with the knowledge, energy, knowing how to make money for your career first. Only then worry about how you're gonna get paid for your dispatch service. Know how to handle situations with load board, understanding the tools on them, also knowing how to do setups for all the internal load boards. And remember, as an independent dispatcher, unfortunately, you cannot sign up for just GB Hunt or Coyote or TQL. You're gonna do that on behalf of your carrier because you are pro dispatcher. You're gonna make sure that they succeed. So you're gonna post equipment not only on the DAT, not only on truck stop. You're gonna post equipment on all the brokers load board, and sometimes you're gonna go search, because a lot of times you can play that casino. At least you know the details. You can pre-book, right? Because nowadays to answer those phone calls, it's not that easy. And of course, trucking is not going anywhere. Market still low. Market is not really changing. But you know what? Hopefully, we're getting rid of the bad players, right? Hopefully, some people who were not ready for this trucking will file bankruptcy. Hopefully, some dispatchers who pretended they knew how to dispatch now quitting because they don't have a knowledge. So there's a bright side to any downfall. And in a bad market, you're gonna become dispatcher way faster. Why? Because you need to have that logical thinking. You need to make that extra phone calls. You need to step up on your negotiation, and you're gonna do it way faster. Anybody can dispatch in an easy market, right? You don't need me in an easy market. You don't need truck and gurus in an easy market. You don't need anything. You just post the truck and everybody calls you, and you just kind of pick the load. Although in a good market, we had a lot of dispatchers who did not use the full potential of negotiations and still did not make all that dollar signs all over, right? Well, anyway, guys, I love you all. I'll see you soon. And actually, probably we're gonna do a live show maybe on Friday with one dealership which sells equipment, and we actually gonna ask them, is that good idea to invest right now in the used trucks, new trucks? Are they still overpriced? So let's see. And of course, remember, they're gonna give you the sales speech, but I will be making sure that you know the reality, right? With my directness and my pushiness, we will get the answer. Is it really time to buy equipment? Is it really time to open that MC? Is it really time to become an owner operator? Or maybe it's better just to be a driver for the next 5, 6 months, or maybe a year? What is good nowadays in trucking? How can you improve? Well, stick to my channel and I will bring you an answer. And one more time, when the safeties classes started, They started already last week, and the next one are coming up in January. But if the class is this Sunday, so you guys can still and go and sign up. Love you guys, and see you soon.